4 minutes to go till the start of this one. I'm Will Owens inside Harrison Gymnasium getting ready for action tonight between the Lady Coffeyville Golden Tornado and your Lady Grizzlies. Starting lineup still not out for all of us, so we're still waiting to see what the Lady Grizzlies expect to do with their starting lineup. We can assume it'll be the same five for the Lady Grizzlies, but we want to wait to make sure before we announce all the lineups. And Lady NATO yet to name a starting five for tonight's matchup, as this Lady NATO squad is looking to try and get on the right path heading into Sub-State and find some positive keys, but the matchup is not easy for this squad tonight against a Lady Grizzly team that is coming into tonight now ranked number 6 in the final poll from the state. So number 6 in the state in Class 4A are these Lady Grizzlies heading into their Sub-State, which will all be hosted right here inside Harrison Gymnasium, as their first game will most likely be Monday night here, and then they will play once again on Saturday. And so we will see what has to come for these Lady Grizzlies and in the future as they make a chase now into the postseason to claim a right to Salina for the state tournament. 2 minutes and 43 seconds away from starting lineups. Both coaches holding on to their starting lineups as long as possible. We'll take one final 60-second timeout. We come back, starting lineups for you here inside Harrison Gymnasium. One final time, we're going to remind you that tonight's broadcast is powered by Labette Health and the Bartlett Co-op, as we thank all of our sponsors for making tonight's game possible. Lady Grizzlies, Lady NATO on deck. We're under a minute to go. Teams are making their way to the benches, as we will see who the starting lineups end up being for tonight's basketball game here in Harrison Gymnasium. As Labette County makes their way to the bench, it looks like starters will stay the same for the Grizzlies tonight, as we'll read those starters off to you first. So first for your home, 5'8" junior, number 10, Carson Stewart. Number 12, a 5'7" junior, Lauren Forbes. Number 33, a 6-foot junior, Anna Dean. Number 42, a 5'11" junior, Madison Brannon. And number 54, a 5'10" senior, Elsie Sorrell. So again, for the Lady Grizzlies, it's Stewart, Forbes, Dean, Brannon, and Sorrell. As we get the starting lineups here from the Phil Kinley Lady Golden Tornado, as we're waiting to see, getting one more number for you. So starting lineups here for the Lady NATO, it is number 2, the senior point guard, Kylie Spear. Number 10, a freshman guard, Tegan Titus. Number 11, a sophomore guard, Michaela Strickland. Number 21, a senior guard, Nevaeh Mason. And number 34, a post player, a senior, Addison Peck. So again, for the Lady NATO, it's Spear, Titus, Strickland, Mason, and Peck. Lady Grizzlies, Lady NATO right here on deck inside Harrison Gymnasium, as we now finally welcome in Jack Leak III, as he has been disappearing, and finally makes the arrival right as the clock's set for game time.
Hey, I know exactly what I'm doing. The class went a little bit later than it usually does. But, hey, I'm here at tip. It's all that matters. I listened to you on the way here.
I got some bad news to bring to you. Next Tuesday, this will be the first time the fans hear it. Next Tuesday, the men's basketball program will be going back to Chanute High School. So we're going to have to make a correction with this class on Tuesday next week.
Yeah, we are. We are. Oh, yeah, Tuesday.
We won't make it to Chanute.
We'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Because that class is a pass-fail. And the only way you can fail that class is if you don't go. Like 80% of the grade is attendance.
Can you zoom in?
I'll email them. It's a communication careers class, so I feel like this is the perfect
Tell me
excuse.
you can watch online.
Yeah. But, wow, man, it feels like I'm usually not here right at tip, so I don't have really any time to warm up. It's time to go.
There's no warm-up tonight.
It's Tornado basketball to open things up. It's number 2, Kylie Spear, running the point. She's guarded by Lauren Forbes. She kicks it to the left wing. Strickland now looking inside. She finds Peck at the high elbow. Here's a three-pointer by Spear off the feed. It's a little long. Rebound flies out of bounds by Madison Brandon, so it's going to stay with Coffeyville. I'm circling the starters here.
And we're going to go ahead and thank Mia Howard. She wanted something to do tonight, so she's going to help us with the book and get us out of doing it both games.
Perfect job. Thank you for doing that. Here's Spear, dishes it off to Mason, who drives. She's stuck. Nice defense by Anna Dean. Now Peck in the corner. Baseline cut off by Sorrell. She's looking to drive, takes one dribble, and she travels. So turnover Coffeyville. It's going right back to Labette County. Just 30 seconds into the ball game. No score yet.
And, Jack, we're going to talk about it early because I know it might be a factor in the boys' game. So we've got 2 JV officials tonight in this varsity matchups.
As we have a quick Grizzly turnover and quickly coming the other way, we have a foul called. It was Spear on the transition. And, man, already, the second I walked into the gym, just the atmosphere difference from last night's game compared to now.
I'm not going to even talk about
this
last night's atmosphere.
This is just the beginning of the girls' game, and it just feels so much like a game day presence.
Rather than what I'm not going to describe as being.
Exactly. Here's off the inbound. Spear has it at the foot of the logo. Denies the Strickland screen, gives it to her. Now baseline feed to Mason, and she's fouled by Anna Dean. We're nearing a minute into the game. No points scored, and already 2 team fouls for Labette County. That one goes on Anna Dean, her first personal. Inbound goes to the corner, Strickland. Now high left elbow, Mason. Bounce passes to Spear. And we have another foul underneath in the paint, it looked like. They're going to get Elsie Sorrell on that one as she was guarding Peck down there. So that's the 3rd team foul.
And I can say, Jack, I've officiated with 2 of these 3 officials on the floor. And the one that just made the call here, he's going to assert his dominance and let you know who's in charge tonight.
It's going to be a touchy game as that's Elsie's first personal foul. Coffeyville has it still. Spear with it now to the corner, Peck. Peck looking for a cutter, not there. Still deciding where to go, probes a bit, now kicks it out. Here's Mason. Mason flings it all the way to the left. Here's Spear, guarded by Stewart. Spear flings it towards the corner. Peck almost loses the ball. Sorrell cuts her off as she drives baseline. She loses it. Dean goes after it and misses. Here's an open shot from the left elbow by Burnett. It's no good. Rebound by Madison Brandon. Outlet to Lauren Forbes. Up ahead to the corner. Dean, she's got baseline. She takes it off the glass and in for Anna Dean. Nice move weaving in between 2 tornadoes to give the Grizzlies a 2-0 lead.
It'll be interesting to see how sluggish the Grizzlies come out tonight, is having a tough duel with Chanute last night.
Yeah, that makes you wonder. They've done it multiple times this season. Here is a quick turnover, Coffeyville. Credit to the Grizzly double team here in front of their own bench. Checking into the game is Jasmine Perez, and sitting down is Lauren Forbes.
And Jack, I mentioned in the pregame show, we'll see when she gets in, but first time in the season tonight, Paige Schomburg suit up for these Lady Grizzlies.
I heard you mention that, and I didn't know if you were just guessing because she's a senior, but I guess she is suited up. Here's the 3 in the corner. That's nothing but net for Madison Brandon.
She left off.
Exactly, and that's one of her favorite shots, it seems like, the corner. So 5-0 Labette County. 3 for Madison Brandon, and another Coffeyville turnover. She stepped out of bounds. It was Tegan Titus cut off on the sideline. So back to the Grizzlies goes the basketball. In comes Claire Carnahan replacing Anna Dean.
And one thing that's interesting, I was talking about a little bit, the youth of this team and Parsons are going to match up first round of sub-state, no question about it.
Yeah.
And they're both such young squads.
Right.
I mean, there's freshmen and sophomores starting here. We know Parsons starts 4 freshmen.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a good matchup. Here's a quick 2 inside for Madison Brandon off of the beautiful post feed. She turns, shoots, and scores. So 7-0. Labette County, Madison Brandon with 5 of the 7. Here's Spear with it at the top. Nobody's on her. She pulls up from deep. Almost goes. Hit the front of the rim. Rebounded by Brandon. Here's Perez on the push. Now up ahead to Sorrell. Sorrell jump stops left wing. Reverses it to Stewart. Now Brandon at the top. She kicks it to Perez. Perez looked for Sorrell inside. The pass was no good, but she was fouled by Addison Peck trying to front her.
It's the first time I say I've sat in a high school basketball game, and the bench is the cheerleaders. They are the one running the cheerleader chants for Coffeyville.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that.
I was looking for a cheer squad, and all of a sudden I hear all
It's
them
the
yelling.
bench.
It's the bench doing it.
Here's a driving Perez floater off the glass and in for Jasmine Perez. So 9-0 Labette County. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Stewart and Sorrell on a trap in the corner. Can she go anywhere? No, she can. It's a jump ball. It was Titus in the havoc. And that possession arrow gives it back to Labette County, looking to give themselves a double-digit lead halfway through the first quarter. Coffeyville yet to score. Perez has it now, flings it inside to an open Carnahan, who lays it up and in. What a nice look and a little bit lazy defense if you're Coffeyville.
I mentioned this is going to be a runaway train. I
you
didn't
did.
expect it to be 4 minutes in.
As it is 11-0, Coffeyville looking to score. Here in the corner, driving is Titus, and we have a foul as she hits the deck just inside the paint. That foul goes on Carson Stewart, blocking foul. So that's 14 fouls on Labette County. Checking in is Madison Hayward, and she replaces Carson Stewart.
Number 20 for Coffeyville, Sydney Burnett.
Okay, she checks in Sydney Burnett.
And Tegan Titus will check out.
And she replaced Titus. Here is off the inbounds pass, Mason working left to right on Perez. She's forced to dish it off to Spear now. Now right wing is Peck. Peck looking inside, nobody's cutting. And she'll have to give it out to the top of the key, Mason, who's going to try to go one-on-one, but she picks up her dribble and gives it right back to Peck, who just pulls up from deep off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped by Coffeyville, but brought down by Sorrell. Here comes Perez now, right in front of the Coffeyville coach, and she'll reverse it to Sorrell. Now to Hayward, left side, working it around the perimeter. Brandon pulls up from deep, and it's strong. Rebounded by Perez, tipped out to Brandon, came all the way across the court, and she reverses it to Hayward, who was open for the 3, but elects to reverse it. Here's Sorrell, dump inside from the elbow to the block to Brandon. She goes up, and the ball's tipped out of her hands, but she gets it back. Here's Perez, baseline jumper, hits the front of the rim. No good, but Brandon on the putback is good.
I'm pretty sure Brandon had 5 rebounds on that possession.
She got basically her own miss, and then got that one, and then scored off of it.
And then got Jasmine Perez's miss.
Yeah.
At least
so
4.
Like 4 or 5 offensive rebounds on that possession. Credit to Madison Brandon, 13-0 Grizzlies, 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Here's a pull-up from just inside. That is good for Mason, Nevaeh Mason, from the free throw line. So 13-2, Coffeyville's on the board. Can they get a stop? Here's Sorrell at the top of the key, reversing it to Brandon now, right side. Flings it to the opposite wing. Perez hits Sorrell inside. She goes up and she's fouled, it looks like, by Burnett.
And another freshman on the floor for Coffeyville and Burnett.
Yeah, Burnett. Yeah, they're young. They're going to graduate 4 players.
They got 4 freshmen on the varsity roster and 3 sophomores.
Yeah. So after they graduate, those 4 seniors, then they'll for sure be really young across the board. Sorrell's first free throw is no good. We'll see if she can get this one to go. And she will. 14-2, Labette. Checking in is Shelby Wilson. She will replace Elsie Sorrell. 2:51 to go in the opening quarter. Grizzlies are going to pick them up at half court just past. It's Jasmine Perez now guarding Burnett, back to Spear. They break the press up ahead. Here's Strickland. She flings it across the court to Burnett, and the pass is picked off by Jasmine Perez on the outlet back to Spear, and she's all the way on the other end, off the glass, no good. Hayward tracks down Perez's miss, and it looks like she's fouled by Michaela Strickland.
And you know, Jack, I was sitting here thinking today when I was thinking about, okay, Lady Grizzlies lock up the league tonight. They're league champs. What do you look for now as you play a really down Coffeyville team and you look at an Independence team that could give you a little bit of fits, but not a whole lot? And I think over these next 2 games, you really focus on your bench.
Yeah.
Because if these Lady Grizzlies, like I believe they can, and want to get deep into the state tournament, they're going to have to make a push on the bench and find more production outside that starting 5.
Yeah, and as we have a Brandon miss, Coffeyville rebound, that's a good point. Ashante Smith is someone who's really effective, but we haven't seen recently. Here's a Jasmine Perez steal. She takes it from Spear and gets fouled, but misses her layup. So Perez just kind of shows a look of, I'm so close to having 4 points, as that's her second transition layup miss, but she is fouled on this one. So she'll get a chance to put points on the board for her team and for herself. That's the 4th team foul for Coffeyville, so each team with 4 team fouls.
But even when we start looking at this point of trying to figure out what we want to do, I'm not saying you need a whole lot of production, but if you could get 10 or 15 to 20 points off your bench,
oh, wow.
You're going to be pretty well locked to get into after that first round of state.
Yeah, I totally agree, because this starting 5 is just spectacular, and to be able to score what you said, 15, 20 points, maybe just 10 could expand a lot for this Grizzly team. Perez misses both free throws. Peck's already on the other end shooting a layup. It's no good. 3 bodies hit the deck. It was Strickland and Perez and Brandon after it. They create the jump ball. This time it'll stay with the Tornado. Peck's going to inbound it. Quickly checking in is Anna Dean, and she'll replace Maddie Brannon. And we have a timeout, Coffeyville. So with 1:55 to go in quarter number 1, Labette County leads Coffeyville 14-2. We'll take a 30-second timeout here on KLKC.
When it comes to choosing the best health care for yourself and your loved ones, there are other hospitals.
And then there's our hospital.
The difference is that while other hospitals will care for you, we will actually care about you.
Other hospitals make decisions based on what's best for their bottom line,
while we do what's best for our community.
If you're looking for a pretty hospital, they're out there.
But if you're looking for the best hospital, it's here.
And here.
When award-earning care is as close as this, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
At Labette Health, we center around you.
Labette Lady Grizzlies out to an early 14-2 lead over the Coffeyville Golden Tornado. It'll be Coffeyville basketball. Peck inbounding it in the left corner. She'll hit Titus, puts up a 3 immediately. It's long. Backside rebound is complete by 23. Might be on the JV roster.
We don't have numbers.
There's no numbers on the JV roster. So we'll see if the PA announcer, Coach Daney, mentions her name. But number 23 is going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
The unknown player. It always happens.
I know, it does. Last night we had an unknown player score 2 points at Chanute, as her first free throw is good. She has 1 more to come. This one to cut the lead to 10. It is up, and it is good as well, so 2 nice shots there. My number 23. 14-4 Lady Grizzlies checking out is Kylie Spear, and checking back in is number 21, Nevaeh Mason.
And we know how great the sound system is inside Harrison Gymnasium.
Oh, it's just spectacular.
What they said down there.
I couldn't either. Here's Perez driving baseline, and hitting the deck is a Golden Tornado, and we have a charge called on Jasmine Perez. Nice job taking the charge there. I think it was number 23.
It was 20.
Okay, 20. So we can give her credit. Burnett taking the charge. Lauren Forbes going to check in. She will get Claire Carnahan. That's Jasmine's first personal foul, 6th team foul for the Lady Grizzlies. So the next one will put Coffeyville in the bonus.
Correction, 10. I was wrong.
It was number 10?
It was number 10.
Okay, so Tegan Titus stepping in to take the charge. We got it all figured out. Here is Titus. cut off by Perez, and a pass is tipped here and stolen away by Carson Stewart in transition, loses the handle but gives it off to Perez, high off the glass and in. Perez gets a layup to go, 16-4 Lady Grizzlies off the transition point steal, as we're used to seeing from these Lady Grizzlies. Here's Spear crossing over on Perez at half court. Bounce passes now at the foot of the logo to Mason. Now she'll fling it in front of the student section. Number 23, double teamed by Wilson, and Stewart gets it deeper to the corner. Peck, nice feed inside, poked away, intended for Mason. And we have a jump ball. Looks like Perez was on the deck creating it. And this time it goes to Labette. Checking in is Spear and Burnett, and checking out is Peck and number 23.
The unknown.
If she ends up playing a little bit more, we might have to ask the Coffeyville fans behind us or something. Checking in is Madison Brandon, and sitting down is Jasmine Perez. Carson Stewart's going to man the ship on this possession. She crosses half court, looking to the corner. Nice denial defense there in the lane by Titus. Here's Brandon in the right corner. Now Wilson right side, high elbow. Forbes directly inside to Dean, shoots high off the backboard, almost went over it. Perez gets her miss, or Brandon, and she puts it up and in. So 18-4 Lady Grizzlies. Dean's shot almost went over the backboard, but turned into a Brandon rebound and 2 points. Here is Titus now to the corner. It is Burnett. Her pass is almost picked away by Forbes, but corralled by Titus. Now back at the top with 30 seconds to go. Ball being worked around. Here is Spear getting out of the double team. Now in front of the student section, Burnett flings it inside to Strickland, who puts it up a little strong. She had an open look. 20 seconds and counting, Grizzly basketball. Forbes has it. We'll see what they do here. 14 seconds, inside pass to Dean is tipped out of bounds by Mason. It'll stay with Labette. 11.8 on the clock.
And I'd really like to see, we talked about bench points. We saw it early in the Burlington tournament. It's kind of faded since. It's Shelby Wilson.
Yes.
Getting back to having confidence shooting the basketball.
Forbes throws it into Stewart in the near corner, inside to Dean. She shoots, and she gets the left-handed hook to go with 8 seconds on the clock. Labette County 20, Coffeyville 4, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Here's a shot by Titus. Oh, she passed it, and they did get the shot up in time, they say. It was Burnett on the attempt. It was off no good to the left. So at the end of quarter number 1, Labette County leads Coffeyville 20-4. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You just listened to 1 quarter of Lady Grizzly basketball.
Wood Doolahary Insurance 2020 is over. We're looking forward to a great 2021. The Chiefs are looking strong, and so are we.
Zoom calls are still part of everyday office life, and we're still social distancing.
But the one thing that didn't change, our commitment to customer service. We helped file claims when summer thunderstorms brought wind and hail damage, and continued to find customers affordable coverage options for home, auto, business, and farms. Wood Doolahary Insurance, a true constant in a year of change.
And proud partner of Auto Owners Insurance.
If you want to help others, then join Labette Community College Dental Assistant Program to place yourself in a field with rewarding income potential, job growth, mobility, and a career that's ever-changing. Start today for an engaging career, which may serve as a starting point to become a hygienist or dentist. Earn a certificate in as little as 9 months or an associate's degree in dental assisting in as little as 2 years. Earn your dental assistant degree for as little as $119 per credit hour. Call today to find out more about this exciting program being offered at the LCC Cherokee Center near Pittsburgh.
Coffeyville basketball to open things up here in quarter number 2. Grizzly lead is up to 16. It'll be Spear crossing half court, picked up by Forbes. She's coming off of a screen here and kicks it right back out to Mason. Now to the right side, Burnett. Top of the key, here's Strickland. Now here's a 3 on the left side by Titus. It's strong, tipped out of bounds. Rebound was not handled by Burnett, so it'll be Lady Grizzly basketball. Forbes is going to run it up here for the Grizzlies. Surveys the Coffeyville defense. They're in a zone. It's like a 1-2-2. Inside, here's Sorrell. Now left side, Stewart head fakes, gets a lane, kicks it to the baseline. Sorrell head fakes, gets inside. Nice feed across the paint to Brandon, who gets it to go off the glass.
Hendricks is number 23 for
cool.
the Golden Tornado.
It wasn't fair to just keep calling her a number, so I wanted to know.
But when we talk about beating a team twice, to beat a team a third time gets a little challenging, but for the Grizzlies to beat Chanute twice when Chanute has fired on literally all cylinders from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, and to handle that and still season sweep them tells me
It's
something about
impressive.
this Grizzly team, and I know what they're capable of doing, and so do they, and I think that's what's important.
And their depth is what's scary for Labette
Oh,
County.
yeah, it's just nonstop pressure. They never wear out. Here's Coffeyville left elbow. It's Mason reversing it to Peck. Quick trigger on the three. It's strong, looked good. Sorrell on the rebound, and a foul going the other way as Sorrell did a nice job boxing out. We'll see who they get on the foul. It'll be the 5th Coffeyville team foul.
Be on number 10.
Number 10, Tegan Titus, her first personal foul of the ball game. Here's Forbes, flings it to the left side. Stewart surveying the paint. Forbes gives it to Sorrell, now to the corner. Brandon just inside the three-point line. It rattles in and falls out. Dean tips it, but the rebound goes to Titus of the Tornado. Outlet to Spear.
And Coffeyville went to what Chanute did, and they went to box and one already on Maddie Brandon.
We'll see how that affects Brandon's hot start. Working it around the perimeter. Here's Spear left side. Goes behind the back on Forbes, but Forbes cuts her off again. Now in the corner is Mason. Has the ball poked out of her hands by Dean and is forced to track it down at the volleyball line. So Labette County not giving them any room to breathe. Here's Peck driving. Dishes it out. Here's a baseline drive by Titus. And we have a blocking foul on Carson Stewart. I think that's her second personal, and that'll be the 7th team foul for Labette County. So that'll be 1-and-1 from the free throw line for Tegan Titus. That is Carson's second personal. Checking in for Carson is Jasmine Perez.
That's a touchy foul on Stewart.
Yeah, it was.
Makes you a little worried for what the boys' game could be.
True. Very, very true. The front end of the 1-and-1 is a swish for Titus. So 24-5 now, the score. Checking in is Strickland. And sitting down is Burnett for Coffeyville. One more free throw to come for Titus. She puts it up, and it's good as well. 2 nice free throws there from Titus. Here's Forbes with the basketball. Skip pass way up ahead to Brandon now. Plants on the right wing and flings it to Sorrell, who can't handle the pass, and the ball rolls out of bounds. An uncharacteristic, very rare turnover for these Lady Grizzlies in this one. So right back to Coffeyville, coming off of a 2-point possession. Here's Titus with it, gives it right back to Spear. Spear surveying, trying to figure out how to get over this press, and she literally does as she throws it over the top to Titus, now inside to Peck. Right back out to Spear at the top, guarded by Perez. She's going to come off of a Mason screen. She'll give it right back to Mason. Drives left side, almost travels but doesn't. Right back out to Spear now. Head faked on the three, kicked it right block to Peck. Takes a power dribble and throws it to the corner, and it tumbles out of bounds, just out of the reach of Michaela Strickland. So turnover Coffeyville. Right back in the direction of the Grizzlies. Lead is 18, 5 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock in the first half of play. Here's Perez with the ball, throws it to the left corner, Brannon. Looked for Dean inside. Here's Sorrell, high elbow, kicks it inside to Dean off the cut, and she makes it with the left hand. Perfect execution there on the offensive end. High-low action for the Grizzlies. 26-6, the lead is now 20. Here's Titus, double teamed by Forbes. She hits the deck, ball's on the deck. Perez elects not to dive, and we have an outlet pass from Spear. She was on the deck, she found Titus. Now on the recovery in the corner, Strickland. Inside pass is stolen away here. I think Elsie Sorrell got a hand on it. Outlet to Perez. Now Forbes, short corners cut off, flings it all the way to the other side. Brannon. Sorrell head fakes from the left elbow, drives, floaters short. She gets her own miss and kicks it back out to Perez. She squares up from behind the arc. It's strong, and she gets her own miss. She's driving with the left, and she gets another charge. And it was Tegan Titus taking it again. So that is Titus's second charge taken on Perez. So that'll be 2 on Jasmine, 8th team foul. They won't shoot free throws because it was offensive. Checking in for the first time tonight is Kaiya Riley, the freshman for Coffeyville. She replaces number 21, Nevaeh Mason. And one more Tornado came in.
Peck came back.
Okay, I knew it was either Peck or Strickland, but Peck came back into the game. So it's Coffeyville basketball. Titus has it. She reverses it to Spear. Dribbles to the right side, goes behind the back. She gets to the free throw line, leans into Dean, kicks it out. Here's a Strickland three. Little strong, nice box out by Dean. Outlet pass up ahead to Forbes. She's cut off, picks up her dribble, and Dean has it now. Nice dump inside. Brandon makes the layup with the left hand. The high-low action is just really, it's perfect for these Grizzlies right now as the lead balloons to 22.
Yeah, and even though you're up 22, the Grizzlies just don't stop. I
No.
mean, even if you were to put your whole bench in, I don't think the mentality changes.
It's hard to, like, you say, oh, it's mean to, like, extend the lead so much. Well, we don't have a lineup where
They're not
we
gonna
struggle.
extend it.
Yeah, as we do have a 3 here by Strickland from the left wing, 28-9. Nice looking shot there from Michaela Strickland. Here's Hayward, who just checked into the game, reversing it to Brandon, and she gets a 3 of her own right in front of Coach Walker. Deep 3 there, 31-9.
How many
I think
points she
that's
at now?
16.
18 now.
Points. Oh, she did make the layup.
She did make the layup.
18 points for Madison Brandon of the 31.
Almost to where she was last night already.
Yeah, already with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a jumper by Peck. Looked like it was deflected by Dean. And the ref did see that, in fact, so it will stay with Coffeyville. A host of players checking in, 2 for each team. Checking in for Coffeyville is Burnett and Mason. And checking out is Spear and someone else who I can't see anymore. Brandon and Dean check out of the game, and Carnahan and Wilson come back in for the Grizzlies.
Ashante Smith into the ballgame.
Oh, and
now.
Smith comes in. She's down low on the block. Here's a miss by Strickland, trying to go back-to-back from behind the arc. Here's Forbes. Now to Smith in the corner. Bobbles the pass and tries to save it, but it goes out of bounds. So 31-9, still to score, 2.5 to go in the first half. Grizzly turnover. Ball goes back to Coffeyville. Mason's going to walk it up. Forbes picks her up, and she'll outlet to the right side. Burnett gets the baseline edge on the trap. She gets to the block, puts it up off the glass and in. Nice move there by Burnett. Getting around all the white jerseys and scoring. Lead back to 20 for the Grizzlies. Inside pass from Hayward to Carnahan. Carnahan kicks it back out to Hayward. Here's Smith just behind the free throw line. Off the glass, she gets it to go. Banks always open, 33-11. Grizzly lead. Coach Snyder calls out a defensive play. Pass up ahead to Burnett.
I really wish that Maddie Hayward would not be scared to shoot. She's got a good shot.
She does.
She's hesitant to shoot the basketball right now.
She probably has a good three-point percentage because I know she's made 1 or 2, but like you said, doesn't really shoot it as much as she should. Here's a Coffeyville turnover. Got caught traveling was Strickland. Or Titus, rather. Up ahead, another Grizzly turnover. On the steal is Burnett. She's already short corner. Tries to throw across the paint. Nice hands by Wilson on the trail defense. It's going to stay with Coffeyville. 1:43 to go in the first half. Labette leads
Abby
22.
Pegues already getting off the bench, too.
Yeah, so we are diving into the bench as Abby Pegues gets to the scoring table in time. She will check in for Madison Hayward. And Spear comes back into the game for Mason. For Coffeyville. Spear, who just checked in, is going to throw it in. In the near left corner, she finds Burnett. Burnett hands it right back off to Spear. She drives off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds again by Ashante Smith. So it still remains Coffeyville's ball. They've done a better job of scoring in the second half for sure. Almost doubled their amount of points in the second quarter as they had in the first. Here's Peck taking Smith one-on-one. Ball stripped out of bounds by Wilson. We'll see who they give it to. And it'll stay with Coffeyville. Nice hands there by Shelby Wilson on the high side of Peck. Again, inbounding it for the third time this possession is Coffeyville. Burnett's throwing it in this time. Guarded by Pegues. Entry pass to Peck, and she was fouled right as she caught it by Smith. They're going to say their arms got tied up.
Coach Snyder didn't agree with that as Peck was just kind of using the bulldozer effect on Smith.
Yeah.
Smith isn't going to stand up to her there.
Yeah, and Peck kind of gets in that zone whenever their team's struggling. I noticed this at Coffeyville multiple years in a row. She just tries so hard to take over. Like, she's the senior leader of this team, and she tries to score any way she can. Mason checks back into the game, replacing Burnett. So Peck's going to go to the free throw line to get a 1-and-1. Spins it off of her hand, and it's up, and it's good. Nothing but net. Nice stroke there from Peck. One more free throw to come. This one would cut the lead back to 20. 1.5 to go in the first half. Peck dribbles, spins, shoots, and it hits the front iron and falls home. 33-13 Grizzlies. Pegues transition pass up ahead to Wilson. Looks for Carnahan. She'll set a down screen for Smith, who flashes. She gets the ball, but it's poked away by Peck. And here comes Spear now. Coffeyville fresh off of a steal. Here is Strickland with the basketball. Spear now Peck on the reversal. Here's Mason towards the top of the key. Peck trying to get open, squaring up on Wilson. She'll set a screen, driving is Mason. Shoots, it's no good, but a foul is drawn. So that'll be 10 team fouls on Labette County. Coffeyville with half that, 5. And 2 free throws to come for Mason. So they've definitely slowed the tempo down by getting to the free throw line and stealing it on the other end from the Grizzlies in the last couple minutes. Here's a free throw by Mason. It's good. Checking in is Ridley Lynn. I don't know if we've seen her play varsity all year. Maybe once.
Not at all this season.
Okay, I couldn't remember. And Carson Stewart check in. So it's Forbes, Lynn, Pegues, Carnahan, and Stewart on the court. Mason's second free throw is no good. Rebound tracked down in the left corner by Carnahan. She'll push it up to Forbes now. 60 seconds and counting to go in the ballgame. 19-point Grizzly lead. Ridley Lynn has it in the corner, reversing it to Forbes. She finds a crease, gets to the paint, jump stops, and kicks it to Carnahan, who throws it to Stewart. Entry pass to Ridley Lynn is no good, but they have a foul. I would assume it's got to be on Riley. Number 33, it is. That'll be the 6th team foul for Coffeyville. Riley's first personal. Forbes is going to throw it in. Riley takes a breather, and checking back in is Titus. Forbes looks inside the paint, flings it to the left corner. Pegues head faked on the 3 and now reverses it to Stewart. Carnahan at the top of the key, 40 seconds. Forbes head fakes, gets her man to bite off the glass. No good, but she's fouled by Peck underneath. Nice shifty move there from Peck. That foul, Forbes, and the foul goes on Peck. That'll be the second personal foul on Peck. 17 fouls, so the Grizzlies are in the bonus, but Forbes gets 2 shots.
And that's Forbes' bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a three-point shooter. I mean, she'll knock one down occasionally here and there, but she'll get to the rim, and she'll figure out how to get a shot up whether you want her to or not.
And the Grizzly team's known for being able to hit some threes, so even not our best three-point shooters can get their defender to bite on a head fake just because we're known to score off of that. Forbes misses both free throws. The second one came up just short. 35 seconds and counting to go. Coffeyville with a tinge of momentum, possibly heading into the locker room. They played it better the last few minutes. Here driving is Spear, backing down now. A baseline pass to Mason. As Spear hits the deck at the elbow. Mason nowhere to go. Finds Titus in the corner, now reversing it to Spear. She'll hand it off to Peck. 15 seconds. Running hook with the lefts. No good. Tough shot selection there by Peck as she slowly gets to her feet. 8 seconds and counting. Here's Forbes. Gets by 2 defenders, and she throws it back out to Pegues. 3 seconds. She puts up a 3, and it's short. And Carnahan gets it, puts it up as the buzzer sounds. It's no good. So at the end of one half, Labette County 33, Coffeyville 14. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll have our halftime show and stats brought to you by Will Owens. 33-14, Lady Grizzlies are on top. 2 minutes on KLKC.
It could happen any time or place. You feel a tingle in your face. You move your arm feels weak. The words won't come when you try to speak. Folks may think it's all a joke, but it ain't no joke, it's a stroke. Face, arm, speech, time. That spells fast. Better call 911. At Strokes First Sign. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast.
In an emergency, take me to Labette Health.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and we are so excited to have this new compounding lab that we have created and designed to help you choose the different kind of medications that you might need. In here we do compounding, custom medications for you. We could do bioidentical hormones, so that's testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. We could do DHEA. We could do any of those medications to help you level out those hormones to help you stay healthy and better. We could do troches. we could do capsules, we can even do rapidly dissolved tablets, all right here at Bowen Pharmacy in Parsons, Kansas. We even have great diaper rash cream that will help your baby heal and be better and safer in the long run. Once again, we're always thankful that you choose Bowen Pharmacy to be your local provider and to make you better and to help you stay healthier and live longer. Thank you and enjoy the day.
Halftime score from Altamont, Kansas, Labette County 33, Coffeyville 14. So pretty impressive first half by the Lady Grizzlies as anticipated. A little better second quarter by Coffeyville, but Madison Brannon was the star of the show early. Will tell us a little bit about that.
Halftime score, as Jack said, 33-14. Grizzlies dominant in the first half. Madison Brannon in particular finishes with 18 in the first half. 2 threes to the total so far. Behind her, the next leading scorer is Anna Dean with 6. Jasmine Perez with 4. Ashante Smith with 2. Claire Carnahan with 2. Elsie Sorrell with just 1. Lady Grizzlies have 3 players in foul, or with 2 fouls. That's Perez, Stewart, and Smith. Grizzlies scored 20 in the first quarter and 13 in the second quarter. Lady Golden Tornado leading scorer tonight so far is Strickland and Mason, both with 3. And then they've got Peck with 2, Titus with 2, Burnett with 2, and Kendricks with 2. Lady NATO only 3 field goals thus far on the night. But on the plus side, they're 7 of 8 from the free throw line tonight so far for the Lady NATO. Lady Grizzlies have only shot 2, 4, 6 free throws. They're 1 of 6 on the night, so kind of looming back to what we saw last night from the Lady Grizzlies trying to close out the Blue Comets.
Yeah, we couldn't quite put the game away as early as possible due to a few crucial missed free throws, but we did get away with the win. But you mentioned Coffeyville making 7 free throws. That's half of their points. And then they made a 3, so the offensive efficiency hasn't been that great for Coffeyville. But everybody kind of knew how this game was going to be coming in. So a game like this, kind of as you touched on earlier for Labette, is how do you approach it? Do you dive into your bench, which we have already seen? We saw Ashante Smith come into the game, who we haven't seen too much of recently. Abby Pegues checked in, and even Ridley Lynn checked in and played a few minutes there down the stretch. So we've definitely seen some new faces, at least as of late, for these Lady Grizzlies. And you mentioned, we talked about Anna Dean has really elevated her game and is going to be a huge factor as to why I think we're going to get to state finally and maybe do some damage there in Salina. But you mentioned Shelby Wilson kind of falling off after a really hot Burlington tournament, and then a week and a half after that, she still played really well and shot the ball well. But it's been different for her, and so if she could get back in that stride heading into state, it could just add to the diversity and the deadliness of the depth of this team in Salina. So hopefully Shelby can kind of get back to where she was.
Yeah, it's going to be all about developing the bench. You've got probably one of the better starting 5s in Class 4A if you remove Bishop Miege from that list. And that's huge in 4A, but then it's coming to the bench. Is your bench going to be able to keep up with another side? And that's where you've got to develop. We know we're deep defensively, but can someone score? We just had a bag of brownies.
Best throw I've ever seen in my life.
A bag of brownies landed up in our laps up here, so whoever threw it, congrats.
That was the best throw I have ever seen.
Hey, Jack, you know what? Hey, Coach Arbright says give him praise because he's the one that threw it. He's blowing you kisses as he's walking away.
That landed perfectly upright.
We'll have to ask him about his passing abilities when he comes on the postgame show.
Wow. Wow.
But, hey, Jackie, you know what? You can breathe tonight so you can eat them.
I can't eat the brownies tonight. As we're about 4 minutes until the beginning of the third quarter, again, your halftime score, Labette County 33, Coffeyville 14. We'll take one more 2-minute timeout, and then we'll come back and touch up on the halftime show before third quarter action begins. 2 minutes on KLKC. Welcome back, everybody, and Harrison Gymnasium is in full effect, well, almost full effect. It just feels good in here. It's good to be back. I mean,
it feels like a basketball game.
It really does.
Last night did not feel like a basketball game.
I mean, it didn't. It just didn't. I mean, the band is bands play a huge part in a game day atmosphere. I mean, college, high school, they play a big part. And there was no band at Chanute last night, so that plays a big reason why we say that. And to just have a lot of people in here, it just feels so good. We're about 40 seconds until the beginning of the second half. Will, what are some things that the Grizzlies can do to get to that running clock, to just keep going, and then even looking past this game? What do you want to do in the second half if you're Labette?
Push the tempo and establish that you can't run the floor with us. If it was my situation right now, is girls, you deserve a quarter off. You deserve to have a day off tomorrow and a quarter off today.
Yeah.
Push the tempo and gap them here in the third quarter, and as Mitch Holtis would say, go ahead and put the hammer down in the fourth quarter, or in the third quarter rather than the fourth.
Yeah, and you can only imagine how grateful these Lady Grizzlies are going to be to get a full day off. This is probably the third time where we've had to play back-to-back days. So they'll be very grateful for the day off tomorrow. They do have the basketball here to open things up. Here's Dean with it, and she'll kick it out to Forbes. Now to Brannon in the corner. Quick trigger for three. It's nothing but the bottom of the net for Madison Brannon.
21.
21 points for Madison Brannon, 36-14. Here is Titus now, double teamed by Forbes and Dean. She kicks it back behind her to Spear. She takes one dribble, and Spear has it now at the foot of the logo. She'll go to the left side, cross over, and try to hit Peck. It's poked away by Forbes. Stewart comes down with it. Stewart looking to push, doesn't like what she sees inside, and chooses to reverse it to Sorrell. Here's Forbes, now to Brannon. Now Sorrell at the free throw line. Nice pass inside to Dean, and she gets the layup to go. Elsie Sorrell caught it, took one dribble, sucked the defender over, and dished it off to a wide open Anna Dean. Here is Spear up ahead now to Strickland, and Strickland carried the basketball, they say.
Backcourt.
Okay, I didn't think that was a carry call. I tried to make out what I could of it. So backcourt violation. Checking out is Peck. Checking in is Riley. Here's Forbes with the ball running point. She's guarded by Strickland. She goes left to right, gets by Strickland, gets it Brannon in the corner, inside to Sorrell. She can't corral it, but flings it to Stewart in the corner, who squares up from deep and hits good. Will called it. Three-pointer good by Carson Stewart right in front of the student section. 41-14 Grizzlies opening up. Very vibrant here in the third quarter.
Them girls know they get a break off.
Oh, yeah. Here's Dean picking up a driving Titus. She throws it inside. It's picked away, but Titus gets it back, and the ball lands out of bounds, and it's off of Titus. So back to the Lady Grizzlies the ball goes. It'll be Forbes again running the point. Forbes chooses the left side this time. Now high left elbow. Dean hits a cutting Sorrell off the glass with the left hand. It's good. After Forbes, who was running point, passed the ball, there was not one dribble. 2 passes and 2 points. 43-14. Lead is 29. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And one thing I've noticed about this Lady Grizzly team, if you think back to last night, I know those who weren't there wouldn't know what we're going to talk about, but the relaxed, calm, they were down by 10 at one point to Chanute last night, and they were still smiling. They weren't worried. You couldn't tell they were down by 10.
Yeah, that's well said. A transition layup is made by Nevaeh Mason on this end, and we have a jump ball on the other. This time possession arrow gives it to Coffeyville. Checking in is Burnett.
And just kind of like in this game, they're up 27, and they look like they did last night.
Exactly. Yeah, they do. I mean, they're not showing any signs of letting up. They look fresh. Running point is Spear. Crossing half court, now picked up by Forbes. Goes behind the back. She likes that moves. Now spins left to right. Jump stops as she touches the paint. She gets it back from the corner. Now in the opposite corner, Strickland has it back to Spear. Spear looking inside for Riley, but she's not there. Nice defense by Sorrell. Spear drives, gives it to Riley now. Off the baseline feed, Riley has it poked away by Forbes. So Forbes created the turnover, and then a quick foul, I believe on Riley, who went to go get it.
That would be correct.
It is on Riley. That's her second personal, first foul of the half. Checking in is Peck and Mason, replacing Riley and Titus. Forbes walks it up. She hits Sorrell now. Sorrell turns, throws it inside of the block. Dean back out to Stewart. Head fakes on the three. On the reversal, Forbes pump fakes from behind the arc. And with the left hand gets the and one. And she used that head fake again, or shot fake, from behind the three-point line.
She shot it more last night than we've seen her do it all season. But then after she missed the first two, it was all downhill from there. And when I say downhill, I don't mean it in a bad way.
Yeah.
She was going downhill the rest of the night.
Yeah, like literally downhill. And we've seen her. This is now her second or third bucket off of a pump fake and drive. This one is an and one. Checking in is Carnahan and Perez. Forbes and one free throw is good. So the lead is now exactly 30 for the Lady Grizzlies. On the court is Perez, Forbes, Dean, Carnahan, and Brannon. Here comes Spear. Spear, guarded by Forbes, bounce passes to the center of the press. Mason comes down with it. She gives it right back to Spear now. Spear coming off of a Peck screen, gets a lane. Pump fakes, gets Forbes in the air, but throws it out to the free throw line, Mason. Mason has it just behind the free throw line. Bounce pass in front of her coach to Spear. Entry pass is poked away, lands out of bounds. Nice defense by Jasmine Perez. Stays with Coffeyville. 4.5 to go in the third quarter. 30-point Grizzly lead. Spear called for it off the inbound, but Forbes read it and poked it out of bounds. So another inbound to come for the Lady NATO. Burnett tries to throw it in over Brannon. Looking, hits Spear in the corner, risky pass, but she caught it. Spear goes to the left side, now kicks it to the near corner, Peck. Peck now to the top of the key, a three's put up by Mason, in and out, rebounded by Perez. It was batted around for a bit. Up ahead to Dean now inside to Brandon, just too high for Madison, lands out of bounds. It was, she hesitated, Dean did. Her and Coach Snyder exchange a laugh. I mean, and that's something else that makes this team deadly, is their attitude, their chemistry together, and with their coach. They love playing together and love the game.
Yeah.
Checking in is Anna Elliott, and she replaces Strickland.
Yeah, and you can just tell they've played a lot of basketball together.
Yeah.
I mean, all these girls have probably played basketball together since they were 4th, 5th, 6th grade. And that's travel ball all the way through to junior high, against each other in junior high, and
helps
right
so
back
much.
right back to playing with each other.
Here is a quick layup, no good, flies out of bounds, but a foul was drawn by a driving Kylie Spear, so she'll go to the line to shoot two. The foul goes on number 12, Lauren Forbes. That's her second personal and first team foul of the half for Labette. Spear has 2 free throws to come this time. First one is up, and the first one's good. Lead back under 30 to 29. Hayward coming to the scoring booth. Spears' second free throw of 2 rattles in and out. Forbes on the rebound. She can't handle it, but Brannon corrals it. She'll walk it up nearing the 4-minute mark in the third quarter. Perez has it. Now high left elbow. Carnahan. Her entry pass is tipped around, but Dean tips it back out to Brannon. Now to Forbes towards the top. Pump fakes inside. She's guarded by Elliott. Short corner pass goes to Carnahan. Now to the corner, Perez. She drives, kicks it back out to Carnahan. Open shot. It's off the glass. Backside rebound by Brannon. Off the glass. No good. Rebound tracked down and tipped out of bounds in the corner by Brannon. It's going to go to Coffeyville. A couple good looks there for Labette, but couldn't get anything to fall. Checking in is Hayward replacing Forbes, and Strickland replaces Spear. Mason's going to run point this time for the Lady NATO. Grizzlies pick him up on the opposite side of half court this time. Mason goes to the left side and hits Strickland in the corner. Now Peck behind the three-point line towards the left wing, works around to the right side, gets inside the paint, and a foul going the other way.
Extended the arm. As
they say, she extended the arm. So a quick turnaround. Back to the Lady Grizzlies goes the basketball, looking to re-grab that 30-plus lead as it's still 29. Hayward's got it. Now Brandon left corner, free throw line. Dean in 3 passes, tipped away by Strickland and stolen by the Golden Tornado. And they lose the handle on the transition push. Brandon picks it up across the paint to Perez. Head fakes, pump fakes off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Elliott. It's another missed opportunity right there by the Lady Grizzlies. Pushing the pace is Mason again. 3 minutes and counting to go in the game. She'll hit Strickland in the corner, squares up for 3 off to the left, and Perez tracks it down. She's pushing the pace. She tries to get on edge on Mason and does, and she lays it in. Perez's speed is hard to stop when she gets downhill. 48-17, Grizzlies up 31. Here's Mason crossing the logo, coming off of a Peck screen. Gives it to Peck, top of the key. Now to the corner, Strickland. Strickland guarded by Hayward. Gives it to Peck. She drives, touches the paint, and another foul going the other way. Peck immediately turns to the ref and screams, "How?" So that's 3. That's 3 on Peck as they gave it to number 24, but I'm pretty sure it's on Peck. We'll see if they change it. It might not have been on Peck. Maybe she just thought it was. But regardless, a Coffeyville turnover off the offensive foul. It'll be Perez with the basketball. Couple new NATOs checking in. It's Titus and Riley. Perez gives it to Carnahan. High left elbow. Now to Wilson in the corner. Opposite corner. Hayward for 3, and she gets it.
She shot the basketball.
Yep, that's what we talked about earlier. Hayward needs to put up more shots, and she's 1 for 1 on the night from the field.
She's probably got the better three-point percentage, probably better three-point percentage than Maddie Brandon all season.
Yeah, she probably does due to the fact she doesn't shoot as many. 2 minutes and counting. Spear, nice dump inside to Riley. She's rejected by Sorrell. She tips it out to Carnahan, who's harassed, and a foul is called. I think they're going to get Elliott on the foul. Checking in is Audrey Dewey. They do get Elliott on the foul. That's her second personal, so that foul out earlier, the offensive one, did go on Elliott. Checking in is Audrey Dewey replacing Jasmine Perez. 5 team fouls with 1:50 to go in the third quarter on Coffeyville. Just 1 for Labette. Hayward has it crossing over on Strickland. Dishes it out deep right wing Dewey. Dewey hits high right elbow Sorrell. Now Hayward open, denies the 3, gives it back to Sorrell. Running hook off the glass. She's fouled. Missed the shot, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul goes on number 33, Kaiya Riley, her third personal, 6th team foul.
One thing, the Lady Grizzlies, if you're going to find any negative in tonight's ball game for Labette County, it's going to be the free throw line. And that's carrying over from last night's performance as well. So if I was to guess, this Lady Grizzly team's going to shoot a lot of free throws tomorrow in practice.
I would assume as Elsie misses both free throws, that's a rare thing for her. Here's a step back 3 by Spear, and it's good.
Good move.
Nothing but net for Kylie Spear. Nice crossover and step back. 51-20 is the score. Here's Carnahan in the far right corner, 1:20 on the clock. Wilson skips it to the left wing. Dewey now to the corner. Hayward right back to Dewey inside to Sorrell. She's got position, shoots with the left, and is hacked by Titus. So now Sorrell's going back to the line to try to make up for her 2 prior misses. The foul does go on Titus. That's the 7th team foul for Coffeyville compared to Labette's 1. That's Titus's second personal. Elsie's going to get 2 looks. The first one is short, so she's 0 for her last 3. I don't know how many she shot on the night total. Checking in 3 new NATOs. It's Peck, Burnett, and Mason replacing Riley, Elliott, and, well, Burnett comes back to the sideline now.
May have been some confusion on who was supposed to come out.
I think so. As Sorrell's second free throw is good, shakes it off, 52-20.
Indeed, there was.
And now Burnett will come in. She replaces Titus now. Running point is Spear. Nearing the 1 minute mark here in the third quarter. If the lead stays this, it will be a running clock in the fourth quarter. Entry pass to Peck, working on Sorrell, goes right. Dewey comes in and creates the jump ball, and it's going in the direction of Labette. Nice aggressive play there by Dewey. It's been hard for Peck to get anything going. You can tell she wants to really bad, but the Grizzly defense has been relentless. We're now past 60 seconds to go. Here's Dewey on the left wing. She flings it to the right corner. Wilson Head fakes and skips it back again to Dewey. Inside pass to Sorrells, tipped away by Peck. Not the best pass by Dewey. Coming away with it is Spear with 40 seconds to go. She's guarded by Dewey, goes behind the back and gives it off to Mason. She goes to the left and steps in the paint, puts up a shot, and she's fouled, so she'll get 2 free throws from the line. Will Mason, 35.9 on the clock. Paige Schomburg comes to the scoring table.
First
now,
action
she played
of the
all
season. She's been out all season with an injury.
She's been out all season, so 2 free throws for Mason to come. Schomburg will check in, miss or make. Mason's first free throw is in and out, toilet bowled. Here comes Paige Schomburg for the first time all season. Checking out is Elsie Sorrell. All smiles as she's happy for her friend to get some minutes. Second free throw for Mason to come. It's up and it's short, rebounded by Sorrell on the left block, and she dishes it out to Hayward now. Now she skips it up ahead to Wilson. Wilson on the left wing settles in, and she'll fling it around to Hayward, deep right side. Hayward dribbles a little bit deeper and dishes it out back to Dewey. Dewey hits Carnahan, high right elbow. Now Hayward. They're looking to get the ball to Schomburg, and they will on the left elbow, and her entry pass is tipped away by Peck and stolen by Spear. Spear's pushing the pace. Bounce pass inside, stolen away by Dewey. Ball is on the deck. It's Strickland, and the jump ball is created. Stays with Coffeyville this time. I have the hiccups. 5.4 on the clock in the third quarter.
Game hasn't even started yet, man. Why you already got the hiccups?
What does that have to do with anything? Like stress
Getting
or
nervous,
something?
yeah.
Oh, I'm always nervous. Whenever I woke up nervous. What are you talking about?
My
It's
gosh,
game day,
that's
baby.
That's a long day.
It's game day.
That's a long day of being nervous. I'm surprised you're not in Austin, Texas tonight.
I don't know if I want to be. 3 seconds on the clock. Spear is fouled as she just tried to hoist it up in between Wilson and Dewey, and it worked out for her.
Might call it a bailout call, but good effort.
Yeah, you could go there, and that goes on. Shelby Wilson, that's her first personal. So Spear's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Her first free throw is up, and it's good. She makes this one. The lead is an even 30 for Labette. 2 seconds even, reads on the clock.
You know if she makes this, the clock won't start as a running clock in the fourth.
If it's just 30?
I think.
Okay.
I may be wrong.
Well,
never mind.
She makes it. She steals the inbounds. 1 second, she puts up a 3, and it's strong. So a nice effort and way to close out the quarter by Kylie Spear. At the end of 3 quarters, it's Lady Grizzlies 52, Lady NATO 22. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Fourth quarter action coming your way.
I'm a patriot and a mechanic, which means I know the difference between a symbol and a tool. The American flag is a symbol of everything that I would die to defend. This is a tool. It says nothing about my politics. I wear it to protect the people that I love. We have a job to do, and this is the right tool for that job.
Dean has it at the high left elbow. Nice backdoor cut by Brandon on the baseline, and she gets the left-handed layup to go. May have shot it with the right. She was on the left side. 54-22. Running clock will be in effect for hopefully the remainder of the fourth quarter if the Grizzlies can keep the lead.
No matter what.
Oh, no matter what?
No matter what.
Oh, wow. Really?
Really.
So if they cut it to 2, it's a running clock?
It's over 30 points, the whole clock runs.
No, I'm talking, what do you mean? Like if Coffeyville cut it to 2, it still runs?
I've never seen anybody ever cut it to 2, so I couldn't tell you.
There's no way.
There's no way. But it stays running.
Well, interesting facts by Will. That'll be our new segment. Stats by Jack, followed by, we'll come up with a better name, but we'll call it interesting facts by Will for now.
I did get told today by somebody in this gym that their parent refused to come to the basketball game in the gym because they were going to miss the Jack and Will show tonight.
Well, I guess that's a good thing.
I guess.
As 5 new Grizzlies check in and off the inbounds, Peck gets fouled, so Addison Peck's going to go to the line to shoot 2. On the court for Labette County is Pegues, Hayward, Smith, Lynn, Ridley Lynn, for those of you who aren't sure, and Dewey. Starters were not in long, just about a minute 20. Peck's first free throw is good. 1 more to come for the senior.
Coach Walker's still coaching her heart out over here.
Yeah, she is, and that's, I would expect nothing less, and that's all that you can do. As her second free throw is good, 54-24. Here's Pegues up across half court. Now in the corner, Smith, head fake. She's double teamed, but finds Lynn. Her entry pass is batted down by Peck, and Dewey has it, and she falls on the deck as she was hit on the body by Strickland and Peck. And a foul is called. That one will go on Michaela Strickland, indeed. That's her second personal. 8th team foul for the NATO.
And Dewey heads to the line.
And she will head to the line for a 1-and-1. We'll see if she can get him to go. Free throw shooting has been sloppy for this game and last night's game. Dewey's first free throw is off the glass, rebounded by Lynn. She goes right back up off the glass as she was fading away, and she gets it. Nice looking shot and move by Ridley Lynn.
And Ridley didn't play last season. She took a season off last year and decided not to play basketball.
So comes back firing with the minutes she's gotten tonight. Underneath is Burnett off of the rebound, and she's fouled. So she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Clock is still running. We're nearing a 5-minute and 10-second mark here. So 2 free throws to come from Burnett. That foul goes on Abby Pegues. That's her first personal and 15. Burnett's first free throw, high arc, and it's good.
I don't know if that thing ever touched any part of rim.
It didn't. It just kind of dropped in. Almost didn't hit the net. As the second one's off to the left.
She got the rim that time.
She did. Smith rebounds it on the left side. Skip pass up ahead from Hayward to Pegues. On the left side now, deep corner. Lynn can't handle it due to a little bit of NATO pressure there in the corner. Ball's going the other way. Back to Coffeyville. Here is Spear with it, walking it up. Dewey's going to pick her up on the opposite side of half court. Spear dumps it inside to Peck. Nice job by Peck, and she gets it to go. Nice high-low action from Spear to Peck as she got position on Smith. Lead is now back to 29. Here's Dewey driving, and Peck grabs it. Ball's on the deck. We have multiple bodies on the ground as Dewey ripped the ball away from Peck and smoked her elbow on the ground. She kind of rubs it there for a little bit.
Ah, she's all right. She's tough.
As the lead is back to 29, and the clock's still running.
So my interesting facts are confirmed.
That's crazy. Because I'd love to know, if they really did come back, because then you could just, intentionally.
If somebody came back from 30 down in one quarter, I'm just saying, if somebody did, they deserve to win the ball game.
Even if they cut it to, a 2-3 possession game, you could get to the point where you could, purposely throw it out of bounds, purposely foul if you don't have that many team fouls, just so the clock runs.
I experienced that in junior high
basketball. So I'm really curious
year.
how that goes if they do come back.
Junior high basketball was running clocks the whole game.
Oh,
it didn't stop at all.
All game?
All game. I lost 2 games by 2 points because we didn't have a timeout when the clock ran it out.
All game?
Imagine that, dude.
Here's a steal by Smith as Peck was driving. Peck slow to get up as she hit the deck. 3 minutes to go. Pegues has it on the left wing. Looking for Lynn inside. Ball's being reversed. Dewey has it. Dewey on the right wing. Tries to get away from Elliott as Elliott's not letting her go anywhere. Dewey flings it to the left side. Now Pegues. Now deep left corner. Wilson throws it across the side to the other wing to Dewey. Jump stops. Floater's no good. Ashante crashes the boards. Gets her own miss. Puts it up again. And she's fouled before she got the shot up. So Ashante Smith's going to go to the line to shoot a pair for herself. Or yeah, it's still 1-and-1. That's right.
We know we got viewers when Madison Hellwig's texting and says, "I'm pretty sure Ridley played basketball." So we got a dispute. We don't know for sure. She's positive Ridley played last year. I'm not.
We might have to take away your rights of interesting facts by Will and just call
That's all right.
Statements by Will or something.
Statements by Will. I'll take it.
Yeah, nearing the 2-minute mark Clock still running as Smith's at the free throw line. First one's up, and it's good. So a free throw falls for Labette County. They made a couple, but from where they've been for most of the season, the free throw percentages just haven't been there the past couple games. Smith has one more free throw. Second one's up, and it's good too. She followed it as if like she knew it was off, but she made it. So 58-27, minute 45 to go here in Harrison. Here goes Mason crossing up on Wilson. Cut off by Smith on the crossover. Has nowhere to go, dumps it inside to Peck, who has position off the glass and one as she drew the foul off of Lynn. So Peck is going to try to complete the three-point play from the free throw line. Checking back in is Kylie Spear, and she will replace Elliott. And Paige Schomburg comes back into the game one more time for the Lady Grizzlies as she replaces Ridley Lynn. Clock is still running, nearing 60 seconds to go. 29-point Grizzly lead. One free throw to come from Peck. It is up, and it is good, so that will allow two new NATOs to check in. It is Kendricks. Number 23 is Amaya Moore Kendricks, we learned.
Instead of number 1, because she is on the roster just as number 1. And she's a freshman.
Okay, cool. So another freshman for the NATO, and Riley checked in. Kaiya Riley. Pegues is going to walk it up, 40 seconds and counting now. Another big win from these Lady Grizzlies. This one we kind of expected. Coffeyville's just a young team. It's not like they're not talented at all. This Grizzly team is awful good. Schomburg's inside, loses control, but she gets it back and gets it off the glass.
The bench loves it. The bench is celebrating.
And she turns around and smiles, and you just love to see that. 15 seconds. Schomburg is in the books for the season. 30-point Grizzly lead. Here is a shot, no good, falls out of bounds. And that should probably run the clock out. So the final score will be Labette County 60, Coffeyville 30. So just an even 30-point win, nothing complicated. So another big win coming off of a huge win last night. The Grizzlies show no signs of being tired or worn down at all. 60-30 victory over the Lady Tornado of Coffeyville. Grizzlies remain undefeated in SEK play and atop the league. We'll see if they can complete the undefeated season inside the SEK on Thursday night as they travel to Independence to take on the Lady Bulldogs. So they get a big one here, 60-30 over Coffeyville. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and have your post-game show brought to you by Bowen Pharmacy here on KLKC.